Yeah.
Maybe I'm too young and I don't understand, but I never understand when people get divorced after like 15 years and they're like, we love each other, we're best friends, we get along great. Because, so what does that mean? That he's just so horny or he's gay? That
Well,
he wants
yeah,
to
what does
live
it
like
mean?
a kid again?
What does it
He
mean?
wants to
If
be
you're
young
such good
again?
friends, you love each other, there's no bad blood. So what is it? You need to fuck other people?
That's got
She
the
needs to
only
fuck
thing.
other people. Your dick's not good. You hate her. She's just not. I mean, you wouldn't get divorced if you're best friends and you love each other. So I'm sick of the lies coming from our grown men, you know, and a lie is a lie. A lie is a lie. A cover-up is a cover-up. And it means, people always go, Mike, who cares? It's such a small lie. It matters because then you're looking at them and you're going, they must lie about it all. Yep. If you're lying about your marriage, if you're lying, and I always say this, you know, I always have friends, Joe Kilgallen, comedian Joe Kilgallen, I'm calling him out. Everybody knows this. He would cheat on his wife constantly. And I would go, how could you be friends with a guy that cheats on his wife? Imagine what he'd do to you. He's got a kid. He's cheating on his own wife. Imagine what he's doing otherwise. If you got the guts to cheat on your wife, imagine what the guts you must have to do to other people. So you always got to be suspicious. And believe me, it turns out I'll be right about this. Now watch this.
Yeah, man.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Look at the odds, man. That's a success. She deserves
a lot of. She deserves all the trophies.
Amanda, I know you listen to the show. I've been married to Bryan for how long? 7 years now?
6 years now, 7 years.
6,
almost.
7 years?
We're in a marriage.
We're in a marriage. You've been married for 12.
Yeah.
You deserve a goddamn...
No, she does. No, she does.
Award.
No,
No,
100%.
you don't deserve an
You're one of the most
award.
frustrating people of all time.
To be married to a fucking comic. Stand-up comic.
Especially you, though. You're a different animal.
No, I'm a
Bryan needs
disaster.
attention
Yeah.
all
I'm
the
a
time.
disaster.
Disaster.
Yeah. And she just, but she's such a, she's very, very confident. She's so centered.
She's a great mom.
So I don't care if you don't understand where I'm coming from. I would play this even if I had no point. Even if I had no thoughts on divorce, no marriage. I'd play this, a man and his wife on the rocks. Ha 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 ha. What did I say? What is my note? His family fell apart. His family fell apart. Your family fell apart. That's the kind of person I am. Okay? Now, listen to this. Here's where it gets eerie. I was, this morning, Jules goes, oh, you know, and we'll tell you why, but something came up with Brendan Schaub, and then Jules stumbled upon this morning on Reddit, right? This clip?
Yeah.
Stumbled upon this morning on Reddit, and you go, did you know that Bryan Callen and his wife are getting divorced? I go, really? Now, here's where it gets weird. Last night at 4 a.m., I woke up in the middle of the night. Now, we usually go to sleep watching something like the H3 Pod Spectacular or Joe Rogan's Experience with the Powerful Friends. And if you ever fall asleep watching Joe Rogan, you know that it's just going to autoplay Rogan apps until the end of time. How lucky. So I'm asleep. I wake up at 4 in the morning, and a Bryan Callen episode is playing. So this is weird. I come to the desk this morning, and Jules tells me that Bryan Callen's getting divorced, and I go, whoa, wait a minute, because I woke up at 4 in the morning to an episode of Joe Rogan and Bryan Callen, an older episode, and Bryan Callen said something, this is really odd. So I want to show you this clip. And again, was this a gift from God? Was this a sign? Was I awoken last night for a reason? Possibly. Here is what I woke up to at 4 in the morning. Eerie. Check this out.
And that, I don't know if that's what it is.
Somebody gave me CBD to sleep better. It didn't work.
Okay. It's this Joe Rogan clip. I woke up right during this part, too. And they're talking about hemp, folks. Oh, we know how Joe Rogan loves hemp. Did you know hemp is actually stronger than steel, and it's so great, but they're banning it? Yeah, we know, Joe. And then Joe Rogan starts talking about CBD. CBD. And Bryan Callen's going to bring up how somebody gave him CBD because he couldn't sleep. Listen to this.
Rig with a hot torch. And
so you smoke CBD oil that doesn't get you high in the dab rig.
Watch this.
I don't know if that's what it is.
Somebody gave me CBD oil to sleep better. It didn't work.
Didn't?
I'll tell you what works. Smoking weed.
You have a hard time sleeping?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. You have a hard time sleeping. Now, Joe Rogan makes a face, and Bryan Callen says, somebody gave me CBD oil because I was having trouble sleeping. And Joe goes, wait, you were having trouble sleeping? Uh-oh, what's going on? Because Bryan Callen has put out this thing, oh, he's such great, oh, he's so happy, he's so lucky. And Joe Rogan knows that something is up. Wait, you can't sleep? What's going on? Because every time I see you, you're telling me how amazing your life is, and you're almost humble bragging. Anyone who knows Bryan Callen, constantly humble bragging about how lucky and amazing his life is. So when Joe Rogan hears he can't sleep, that is a red flag for Rogan. Knowing Bryan Callen for years, you can't sleep. Uh-oh. And that is, you know, I'm starting to come up with this. If you can't sleep, what's going on? What's going on? So watch this. This gets darker.
Works. Smoking weed.
You have a hard time sleeping?
Yeah.
What?
Not anymore so much, but, you know, I always worry.
You have a hard time sleeping? And Bryan Callen goes, not so much anymore. That's a lie. But I always worry. And then Joe goes, whoa, you're worrying and you're not sleeping? And you even see Bryan Callen notice that Joe knows something's wrong. So Bryan says, well, not really anymore. But I worry. And then Joe Rogan goes, ooh, this is even worse than I thought. What are you worrying about? Watch.
Have a hard time sleeping?
Yeah.
What?
Not anymore so much, but, you know, I always worry.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You know.
Yeah.
I worry that you just go, it's interesting.
Okay. Bryan Callen is now realizing, uh-oh, this doesn't really align with my I am a Zen goddess, everything is amazing lifestyle. I'm up all night, I'm worrying. Rogan's catching on to me. Uh-oh. So he decides to say this, and this means nothing. It meant nothing last night when I watched it, but when I learned about his divorce this morning, I remembered the clip that awoken me late last night. And now it means everything. Listen to what he's worrying about.
You know.
Yeah.
I worry that you just go, it's interesting. Sometimes I feel guilty about being so lucky. I get into my really soft bed and I do what I love, and I'm like, when is the other foot going to drop here?
If you really stop and think about how...
Really? Oh, I'm up all night worrying. You're worrying? That's a bad sign. Actually, I worry about being so lucky and how great everything's going. Yeah, that's it. Holy smokes. So he's been worrying about this divorce for years. When it's brought up, he's been lying nonstop through his teeth. And he goes, yeah, I'm up all night worrying. Realizes that sounds weak and decides to change it to, I worry about how great I have it and how others don't have it as good as me. So this guy's been conning us forever.
Doesn't really seem like the kind of worry that would keep you up.
No. We caught him, folks.
I feel guilty about being so lucky.
Oh,
I get into my really soft bed and I do what I love, and I'm like, when is the other foot going to drop here?
If you really stop and think about how lucky you are in comparison to the vast majority of human beings on the earth.
It's ridiculous. What?
Yeah.
It's wow! It's so pathetic and so see-through now, isn't it? And what a shame. So this guy's not honest with us at all. Every time you hear him tell about how amazing his life and amazing it's crap, he's one of the people that you hear about on Instagram who's posting all those pics of their amazing getaways while they're living in hell. Yep. This is that guy.
Just tell us the truth, Bryan.
We got him!